So today, what we're going to talk about is a few updates, and of course, we all know the beautiful Mr. Trump, Mr. T, has finally said he's going back to be president. But as we know, president of the new republic of the USA. So it's not the old corporation that they're talking about over the years. It's the new republic. Now, with this comes a lot of changes. He said that yesterday. He said it's the beginning of the golden era. He did say the changes will start to happen pretty much immediately. And so last night I went off into a sleep state and I connected with them, and we all went on a debrief, the ones that work in that quantum. And the message was 21st of March, 2023 will be the date that he will be in, but it will be of the new republic. So between now and March, there has to be a new election, but it will be the election for the republic, not for the old system. Now, a lot of truthers are saying that he's going to be arrested. It's not him that's going to be arrested. It's Biden that's going to be arrested. Yeah. So they have to physically and with, visuals arrest him, even though he's just a puppet or an actor, so people can see him being removed from office. That's what that's about. So, in saying that, it's all getting very exciting. The other thing I got was that will be the beginning of the Jasara then. So he's got to be in to make it come possible. He can't not just be sitting there saying, I'm running. He has to actually physically be in office for it to be activated. That's how it's going to work. So watch February, March, April for changes in our finances, in the finance sector. And then you'll start to see this start happening and being rolled out. But you must be in the love heart chakra to receive. That was the big message that came through the debriefing, was people who feel that they're going to be rescued or, given handouts. It's not going to work that way, because that's the old system. The new system is of love energy, so of heart energy. So anything that you're doing in service for pure joy, pure of good humanity or anything on that level, well, then you're going to be repaid, because Jasara is from God. It's the God energy. It's the Christ conscious energy. It's a different energy. Money has energy. Jasara has energy, but it's a different energy from money.
We have to help our neighbors out. We have to give service. It's kind of going to be like 9/11, where we just have to come together.
Absolutely. We have to come and help each other out. And people are now asking, so many people are asking, what does all this mean? Well, you have to be in the right place. I hear so many people say, I can't wait for Jasara. Well, you'll be waiting a long time with that attitude.
Right.
Not just going to get handed something. You have to be prepared to be in the right space, in the heart chakra, even if it's a job, still employment, but your consciousness has shifted to heart.
You're doing it from your heart, not from your, I have to make money.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's not about the fear base either. So this is great, because all these changes will be happening next year in 2023. That's why he's saying I'm running for 2024, because by 2024, he'll be fully in his new position.
And that's not that far away to get all this done, if you think about it.
Well, when you think about it though, Dana, it's all triggered in the back end. It's ready to go. They've just got to press the button. I mean, look at all the banks, and they're all closing. They're having, issues with online banking all throughout the last couple of years. Our banks have been down and all the machines have been removed. They're all privately owned, all the machines around here. They're not got the bank logo or anything on them. Nothing to do to say that they're connected to your bank.
Mine's telling me not to take too much money out at a one time because they don't have it.
So I haven't got it.
Yeah.
So this is an open discussion. The interesting thing is I want it to be more open so that people can hear us and see us and know that they can relate to us in service, because our voices might trigger something for them. We may be healing for them. We may give them some insight. We may give them a different view of how things look. And so therefore we're doing our service. And I'm going to start doing more panels like this as I travel with you. So we can have little panels everywhere and everyone can come in and join in and put their bit in too, because through these conversations like we do after meditation, we activate one another and we get more information, and then that brings our higher self and our knowledge and our wisdom through, and therefore we're sharing it with the world, with humanity, and that's what it was there for in the first place. So I thought, well, if we start doing more of these little panels, and it's not about being famous and putting yourself out there and ego and everything, it's about humanity and helping. So that was the message that came through loud and clear this morning. Any questions or anything you want to bring up? Because I'm going to talk about a couple of meditations we've done lately and the information we've received. But if you know that I've been sort of working on the Orions, and there's a bit on that as well. And a lot of you have been discovering more and more the Orions, funny enough, are being presented to us. How many of you are now saying, oh, I feel like I'm connected to the Orions, or I've been in an Orion starseed? This connection is coming stronger because I said the year of 23 is the year of the Orion. And so you're discovering that's part of your starseed or your, your origins. So that's coming through as well. So any questions, guys, or want to talk about anything on that topic? Now, what else did we discover about that? Can't remember. Oh, that's right, the aerial. Remember we discovered the sign, what it is. So the cross in the aerial was the truth. The circle represented the wisdom, and the triangle was the knowledge. So if you look at some of the drawings and previous posts of the Orions I've done, some have a circle, some have a cross, or they have 2 or 3 different types of symbolism. And even the Teletubbies have symbolism in their little suits. So they're showing you the truth, the knowledge, and the wisdom. And that's what that meant. So that came from an Orion. So that's got to be her higher self telling us that, because she said, I get the color about the chakras, but those symbols. And then we were looking at the actual logo of the Orions with the circle and the triangle, and then the triangle divided. Well, then again, that's the circle, the triangle, and the cross, which is what they represent, which again is truth, wisdom, and knowledge. So it's interesting. And when I get the Federation ones coming through, like the new one that I've started drawing, they're always triangles, because the Palladian sign is triangles, which again is knowledge. So again, something that we've just learned this week.
My son is an Orion builder.
Yeah, now what was he? He was a circle, and
He was the green one.
it was the green one. But what was the aerial?
Triangle, I think.
I got that.
What does he build? I mean, when he's a builder?
Right now, he's making the trestles for the roofs of houses.
Oh.
And he has a group with him that used to work on boats. They used to manufacture boats. So they've just changed their building and they're just learning new things. So
That's right. It was the triangle, which is the knowledge.
but he's starting to wake up now. And he's
Yay.
being more aware of things.
Yeah,
So
2023 is his year of the Orion, right? So he'll come more awake to what and who he is. And this will all come on. You can't stop it. It's going to come online. It's like the Lyrians discovered who they were this year. A lot of Lyrians were saying, I'm a Lyrian. And because it was the year of the Lyrian of the strength, they've given us the strength to carry on. In 2023 is that truth cannot be manipulated ever again once it's revealed, because the Orions are coming to hold it in space. That's it. It's never going to be adjusted in any way whatsoever again. So, but the builders are the ones that are coming in also to create the new earth. They're going to be not physically building, but being able to rebuild what needs to be done, as in the sense of building or creating. And so you've got the Orions who will be in, a lot of them will be in leadership roles, or be in roles where they will do this sort of facilitating. And then you'll have people like the Andromedans that are coming in, and the Orions that are builders, and they're going to create with the direction of the facilitator. So that's how the new world is going to look, the new earth. So you can thank the Orions and the Andromedans to get that started. You can thank the Palladians and the Andromedans and the federations for making way, being the warriors, coming in and doing all the groundwork, which they've done right up to now. And then, of course, you've got, and then, of course, you've got on top of all of that, the Actrians, who are bringing in the medbed technology with the Syrians and the crystal chambers, which are the healers, and the Tico people. So it's going to be interesting to see how it all comes out. Okay, so we did a meditation on the 9th of the 11th is the date, so 9/11. We did the underwater cities, and it was really fascinating. So we went to the Crystal City underwater, and we had a mermaid take us there. She journeyed us there. And it was really interesting what we got from it, because we activated the crystals from under the water. And then the next day in New Zealand, they had an earthquake, which means officially we're doing some stuff. So it was so amazing. And you know, I was saying to Dana earlier, just before you all jumped on, that we all know how to breathe underwater. We all know how to swim. We've just forgotten. And as babies, we come in, we know how to swim, because if you look at the new babies that are just swimming lessons as soon as they're born, basically, and I've seen it, you know, they just put the baby in the water and it starts swimming, because instinctively it knows. So, you know, we do know how to swim and breathe underwater. We've just got to remember. So anyway, it was under, where was it? Stewart Island at the bottom of New Zealand. And the reason we went to Stewart Island and the way we were guided there was, New Zealand is the first of everything. So they see the first light of the new day. And so they lead the way with what's happening. And they have under them these beautiful rainbow crystals that haven't been discovered, but people do know about them. And they're rising. And with them rising will create an effect around the world for all the other crystals that are underground rising. So Jamaica has green crystals, emerald crystals, and up in the sort of Norwegians, up in the Nordics, they have beautiful blue sort of sapphire type crystals I've seen when I've channeled it. So these will all start rising, which will bring Earth in closer and compress. So Earth is going to change its shape, become smaller. Remember, I said flight distance will be shorter. So that's what's happening there. So we went underwater, we did that. But when I got there, it was to me, the way they showed it to me was the opening, the marketplace, sort of the meeting place in Atlantis. And, you know, it was sort of like you could see the opening area, the archways, that kind of thing. And there, smack bang in the middle, was a treasure chest. And they asked me to open the treasure chest. And basically they were saying hidden treasures of the underwater world. So, you know, everything symbolizes what's hidden there. There's so much plant-based medicine, the beings that you don't even know are there. And I saw people walking around that are humans. There are humans living underwater, just like the mermaids and mermans. I saw a horse swim over me, but it had fins. So it didn't have wings. It wasn't a unicorn. It had fins. And they were saying that these beings we're going to start to see, you will see them in New Earth. They will show themselves to you. But as I said, it was the Atlantis city square, town square, and it was very golden. So the golden, the abundance energy. What else did they show me down there? They showed me this beautiful archery, and it was like a huge, what you would call like a big glass tunnel, wasn't it, Nancy? Did you see it like it was a big kind of tunnel, and it was like a glass house? It's what you would call an atrium.
A terrarium,
A what, sorry?
like a terrarium or an
Yeah,
aquarium.
yeah, that's what I call them.
Yeah.
Atrium, and it had floating plants in it, and it had these little pink purple flowers on it. They were amazing. And this is all our plant-based medicine. They were like a floating cactus, and they said that these medicines will be what we use in the future. That will heal everything. They have a medicine down there to heal every illness that's possible in this world, which is good for you, Macy, because you've been in that medical industry, can understand what is now coming. You know what's there. This is your service role to allow people to say, well, why don't you investigate underwater? These kind of things are going to start happening for people. What else? The horse bear and the dolphins were floating over us, and as the orcas and that, they were all floating over us. But as they were floating over, they were dropping down gold codes to us. We were being restored with our underwater codes, and these codes are the ones that are going to help activate what's happening out there. It's going to activate the earth. It's going to activate the crystals. We got a golden bag given to us, like a little jewelry bag, and then it was a necklace. The necklace is for our codes to remain with us all time. So it's like an invisible necklace that we wear. But it can be seen, I believe, by others that are wearing one. So a lot of the real mermaids that are here on Earth now will probably see them and recognize us. The other message I got was, you know how when little children play with sandcastles and they build them on the sand? That's their memory activation from living under the water, because they were like castles under there. They were crystal castles. And so that's where that theory came from. Building your castle on the sand is what you used to see or live in underwater. It's memory activation.
Okay.
And you know how
That's cool.
I know. And you know how you see, sometimes you see kids and their parents on the beach, and they're doing most incredible stuff. And they have shells, and they have all sorts of things, and they have mermaid tails and beings. They do some cool stuff in the sand. That's all memory activation.
And mermaids usually have colored hair, right?
Yeah, they have colored tails and colored hair. I remember the one we saw had red hair. And I think she had, if I remember rightly, a turquoise, was it a turquoise or green tail or something?
Yeah.
I wrote it down somewhere, but she had the red hair. She was sort of like our guide. She got us there. She took us on the journey to get there into that vibration. But they gave us the Lemurian codes. Now, a lot of you guys did other stuff under there with big crystal balls. You brought in the codes, and you did all this stuff with spinning balls. And that's what I feel lifted the vibration and created the earthquake. Because it happened exactly the next day.
Okay.
So it shows you
Now,
we're powerful.
you're talking about working in dimensions. We're doing our work in dimensions. Can you explain that? Because I had a hard time explaining it to somebody today.
It is hard to explain, because There's so
because they
many,
don't understand.
yeah, because there's so many dimensions. Well, it's like when someone passes over and they go to heaven. That's another dimension.
But we're
You're trying to
doing
explain
this-
some, no. You're trying to
Go
explain
ahead.
something that a mind is trying to understand, but your mind can't understand it because it's not a mind-centered thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Whereas it's,
But we need
where
to
it's
do
natural.
these things to keep humanity going, right?
Mm.
Okay.
So when you're talking about dimensions, dimensions can be anything though. You think about it. If you get in your car and you drive under a tunnel, you're in another dimension. It's a shift from being out in the open road or suddenly into a dark tunnel. So anything that shifts you out of where you are presently at is a dimension. So you can go
Right.
higher into dimensions or you can go lower into dimensions like underwater. And that's why they
Yeah.
call it 4D, 5D, 7D or whatever. So, you know, that's how I describe it. It's like if you go sometimes, let's say if I travel from Australia to New Zealand, I'm traveling into a different dimension. You feel it when you land there. There's a different energy. So you can use, if you go to a different town or a different suburb, it's so obvious now when you go from suburb to suburb, you can feel the energy shift. I'm noticing it more and more. That's why I'm sort of
Because
staying where
that's what we're going into now, is we're going into energy. And it's not going to be the normal stuff. It's more the other senses are coming online, right?
It's it. It's it. It
Okay.
is. It's that higher self,
Okay.
that, you know, you're feeling it from a different aspect. How many of you
And-
say you feel emotional as you go through the ascension? Because that's the heart coming online. How many of you
Yeah.
say you're having these weird dreams? That's the memory activation coming online. How many of you having eye upgrades and you're getting blurred or you're getting headaches? That's the third eyesight coming online. Sore throats. It's your
Okay.
throat chakra coming online.
And the other question was, why is it you? Why are you doing it? Why isn't everybody else doing it?
Yeah, like we do it because
I'm doing my work.
Yeah, good question. Well, because we've heard our calling earlier than anyone else. We've just been called. It's exactly how I explained when I started my YouTube channel. I used to be in the corporate world, remember? And I was doing, you know, I don't know, 7:30 in the morning to sometimes 7 o'clock at night. I completely blocked out all my psychic abilities, everything that I'd known and been doing for so many years. And I wasn't speaking my truth. I was constantly tired, worn out, sore throats, headaches, exhausted. And one day it was just enough. And I just said, I can't take this anymore because there's so many things I wasn't saying when I could have been saying. And I walked away and I just went straight into the service role. So it just takes, you get to a point and your higher self knows, you just know something's not right where you are. It's time for you to awake, to ascend or move on. And it's just, that's why they call it the Great Awakening. People are waking out of their sleep pattern and realizing this is no longer for me, something's not right. That's how I see it. And so we signed on our mission to come here early to do all this, to make way, do the groundwork, because the ones that are waking up and coming online and joining us in this new earth are going to come online a lot quicker. So all the symptoms we've had over the last few years, all the ascension dramas, the loneliness, the judgment, everything that we've gone through, losing the family, segregation, they're going to get that all more like 3 months. Bam. It's going to be huge. And this is why people like us have done all the work, understand what they're going to go through. We're going to be the healers. We're going to be the ones that say, well, hang on a minute, we can help you here. You know, hang on, calm down, you know.
Yeah.
And
everybody has different gifts. My gift is not yours and your gift is not mine.
And we're all different beings in this
Yeah.
in this carnation
And
at
we
the
have
moment,
to
you know.
find out what's going on with us. And yeah,
So I'm a Pleiadian, as you know, that's my Miriam side and so on. And so some of you are angels,
I'm an angel.
you're a golden angel, this is the thing. Some of you are Arcturians that are healers, and you're working in that dimension. You just don't know. You're not getting your memory yet. Some of you do have your memory. Some of you in the whole Syrian thing of working with the animals, the wildlife from Sirius B, and then some of you from Sirius A, the techos, the geeks. This is where it's all coming, and people are just got to find that out about themselves. There's many of you that have been fairies and elementals that are here to help with the plant-based medicine. A lot of you working with the ascended masters directly because you've worked with them in past lives. So there's a lot coming online that a lot of people are just discovering. And then the more we learn and the more we understand, the more we can help these people.
Yeah.
It's our role, and I think a lot of us are now at a point in our lives where we're finally getting it. We finally feel like we belong somewhere. And how many of us say, I feel so welcome and so comfortable in this group. And then other times you just haven't ever felt that in your entire life. And that's because something for the first time is where you're meant to be. You're right where you're meant to be to do this journey. That's when you know everything feels right, and you can start trusting what they've got planned for you, what your mission is. And then you start working and understanding your mission and your service. That's how it all comes together.
And you just
And
sit back and
everybody-
relax and, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, then you just sit back and relax and don't worry about anything because it will all work out.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And your people will come.
Yeah, they will. They'll find you because all the activations we're doing is making our light brighter. And how many have we seen now in the supermarkets want to attack us or they get aggressive or unsettled around us because our light is too bright, our vibration is too much for them. Or the children look up at you and they know you, they recognize you, and they love what they see because of the New Earth children. They see your light, they understand you. And so this is how
You can
people
pick out the other races, the other
absolutely,
galactics, the other angels, the other,
they see it.
it's wonderful.
They see it. They probably see your wings, your aura, your antennas, and isn't it? It's funny because they do. They just look at you innocently in awe, like, I know what you're looking at, It's incredible. And, babies come in learning, speaking light language. They're programmed to speak English. Babies naturally swim and they breathe underwater. They've been in the uterus, in the womb, and then they come out doing gibberish, which is light language. And they're all programmed. And this is what the new star seeds, the new earth children are coming to teach the parents. The parents need to be the inner child. They need to understand again, understand what it's going to be like in the new earth because they haven't been able to. And this is what we discovered in the meditation this week. We went to the Divine Feminine Temple on Venice where we met Diana and the rescued children. And the rescued children was so beautiful. We all had happy tears and they were lovely. And a lot of us have been working on these missions, rescuing the children in our galactic or our angel dimensions. And they were all celebrating. And what was it? They were singing Heal the World, Michael Jackson's song.
Yeah, we are the world. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just beautiful. And they all gave us a pink rose. And I was thinking afterwards, do you remember Elton John sang about Princess Diana? What was it? Something about our rose.
Candle in the Wind.
Yeah, that one.
Mm-hmm.
And he will never sing that song again because he purposely sung it for Diana. Well, she was there and it was all covered in pink roses, and she knew us all. We'd all been working with her on this dimension. It was amazing. And And, you know, they were just so joyous and happy and so well groomed and so beautiful and so healed, because all their memories of being white, remember. And the message out of that was the parents of today that are going to have these new earth children, the starseed children, don't know how to be parents for a start. They come from the generation where they were put into preschool while they're still in nappies. So they didn't have a proper childhood at home with their parents baking and doing all crafty things. They had people caring for them. They went straight to primary school. They came home or went to after school programs. Their parents were always working. So these new earth children are coming to teach the parents to go back and be an inner child, heal your inner child, so you know how to raise a starseed child. And it's all heart conditioning, all heart energy and love. But they're also coming to teach them how to be parents, because they haven't had that example. They don't know how to be parents. So it's a really interesting meditation. A lot of us got very similar messages. The children gave us gifts, like little cards. They gave us, they'd been doing stuff for us. Diana gave me a very special message. She said they're going to start exposing the whole children rescue thing. And she said, this Christmas is a Christmas that's never going to be forgotten. So something between now and Christmas, little drip feed reveals will come out. And she said, why we're doing it around Christmas is due to the fact that the children are enjoying Christmas. The ones that are very programmed, very 3D, very spoiled, very material. And they need to see there have been children out there that have never had that. They've not even got a birth certificate, you know. And so they're going to awaken the children first, and then the children will awaken the parents. So it's a very, very clever plan. So that's how that's going to work.
I didn't get the flower and the pink quartz, the rose quartz. My gift was the hugs and kisses from the children.
I know, and I saw them dancing around you in the meditation.
Yeah.
And you had
Me and Nubia, they were just going on crazy on us. Yeah.
You had your wings going like this, and they were dancing around you. It was so beautiful.
Angel suits. Yeah. It was beautiful.
Oh, it was. It was just, you know, it's a beautiful one to go back to and speak with the children. If you're working, Dana, if you're working in the areas, the staff seed children, the ones that are on the scale of, you know, autism, you know, go back to that meditation, go back to those starseed children, go back to the rescue children. They're the ones that can help you. That's what they said. We're introducing you to how we are now, so you can come to us for guidance. They're going to channel it through you to help you with the new starseed.
Because they were all different. They were all different colors, all different sizes. They smiled and they were missing teeth. Like when the little kids lose their teeth.
Yeah, and some had big teeth and little teeth. And
it was so cute.
That's one thing.
And they were singing. It was just beautiful.
And Kylie said she was handed a newborn. She was given a newborn, and I feel that's going to be her new service role. She's going to help these newborns come in, the mums with the newborns. So, you know, it's all very exciting. But they are the last two meditations that we've been working on, and we've been doing a great lot of energy shifting in that space, especially with the underwater one and what we got from that and what's coming. And then we got the beautiful one with Diane and the children. Now, we did do another one that I'm not able to talk about, but I was given information even before it was announced that Mr. T would be running again. So that was really exciting when it did happen, because it confirms everything we're learning in this space. And so therefore, as I said, this is the beginning of the golden age, and he did say that. So it's all starting to come in. It's all starting to happen. You know, we've heard and waited for this, 2-3 years unfortunately, you know what it's going to do? It's going to cause a lot of misinformation. Now everyone's going to think they're on it. They're on the bandwagon. They think they know it all, and there's going to be a lot of misinformation. So again, it's a time when a lot of us are going to have to go within and see what our own higher self or our knowledge or our guides, whatever our source connection is going to tell us, because there will be a lot of misinformation. There will also be placements like bots on social media. They'll be trying to attack, especially the light workers, anyone that wants to make America great again. It'll all be attacks and sort of misinformation. So just be ready for it. Just ignore it. Don't become part of it. Don't get drawn into it, because for those that are listening, it will drag you down into that whole horrible vibration again.
You have to wear your protection.
Absolutely. Now, the exciting thing on Sunday is we're going to be doing a mission. We're going down to Antarctica, which is going to be really interesting. And we got, in the last discussion we were having, that we're going to be in our spacesuits. We're actually going to be in our mission suits. And we're going to have weaponry and everything. We're going into, well, down there, there's hidden pyramids, which are free energy, and they're under the snow, and we're going to clear it and help them raise again, because Antarctica was supposed to be like Egypt. It was supposed to be dusty and sandy and hot. It's been manipulated down there. It was never meant to be ice. And remember, in the 5D, we're going to have the same weather pattern worldwide. So you're not going to have the extremes. So that's one of the roles we're going down, to change that, to lift that vibration, so that the pyramids can be used again in the new earth and activated, because they've been hidden. And most of those mountain ranges are pyramids, but they're covered in ice. That was created so we would never know they were there. And there's lots of portals too. So we've got some portal work to do down there. So I haven't channeled the meditation yet to lead you, but that's this Sunday. So that's
Do the pyramids have weather crystals on them?
What's that, sorry?
Do the pyramids have weather crystals on them? Is that what is going to be activated?
Well, they must have, because we're going to get rid of this. We're going to try and make it so Antarctica goes back to its original form, which is dust and sun.
Okay.
So yeah, that is a point. Good point. Maybe it has got something. Maybe it's got implants on it.
Okay.
Maybe we have to, that's probably it. We probably have to remove the implants from the pyramids so that the pyramids can work again as energy.
Well, and I'm thinking that after all the ice and everything melts, there's going to be things there that we're going to need, right? Maybe there's special plant life. Maybe there's things that have been buried there that we need for this time.
Yeah. There is something down there. Well, if you look at our underwater meditation and then what's down there, imagine what we're going to find. You know, it's going to be
open for anything.
It's going to be exciting, right? It's going to be an exciting one. Does anyone want to talk about anything else? Topic? Do you have anything to add now that you're more into plant-based medicine about this? About how you're feeling? I mean, you can type it in the comments, and Jeanette said she's really excited. Now, Jeanette, if you don't know who she is, and I have actually shown on Facebook, but not here, I don't think so. I'm going to put her on YouTube. She's making the most incredible products. Look how beautiful my skin is. My scar has disappeared. She's using new shampoos. My hair is coming back fuller. It's not falling out like it was, which is also part of the ascension. You realize that a lot of star seeds are bald. Did you know that? Like the Arcturians are bald. So not many Artrians have hair, only very few of them. And so what's happening is with my hair, because I'm sort of going through the ascension process, my Artrian side has been clearing it and it's gone very, very thin. But with shampoo and everything, it's made it so thick and beautiful again. And I love the moisturizer that you've given me has just made such a huge difference to my skin. I use that every day. I'm probably going to need about 10 pots of this stuff. I tell you, it's like gold. And then that golden oil you have, I put through my hair and on my skin, and you cannot see my scar. There was a white scar there and it's just gone.
The new oil I make does everything. It's incredible. It works everything.
So you channel
Even
it.
on cuts.
Wow.
Pardon?
You channel it from the angel, don't you?
Yeah.
So he gives you
They
the
tell me what to put in and stuff I've never even heard of. I have to look it up and see where I can find it. Mhm.
What a blessing you're going to be for the world.
yeah, absolutely.
I hope so.
Oh, absolutely.
I love making it. That's my favorite.
Well, you can feel the
It'll just come to
vibration.
me.
You can feel the, when I first put the shampoo on, and I'm not exaggerating, I felt the gold codes come over me. And then when I put the face cream on, I could feel my face feels like it's going gold. It's the code. The code.
The new oil, when I rub it on, I put it on before bed, like in bed, and you feel it. It's like it's a full tingle. It's incredible. I love it.
Oh gosh.
I put it everywhere. You can put it on cuts,
I can't wait to get some.
I'll have to get your new address to send it to you since it takes so long.
Yeah, last time it was 3 months. It was ridiculous.
3 months.
I'm sure it went all around the world and came back to me. In the meantime, it was giving out code everywhere, whoever handled it, because that's how it is. And this is what we're talking about. Well, I'm talking about, like a lot of you don't understand, when I see plant-based medicine in the way I talk about it in the way that it's going to heal by frequency, energy, codes that are given. It's being channeled. It's not just about picking the plant and making it. And that's why when I said to you about, I was talking about the violet water that I need to make. And of course, I was talking about how I was going to be given the recipe and I was going to be given the codes. And this is from Saint Germain himself. When I was in meditation, he showed it to me and I could see the purple and the golden codes all going into what he was making on the fire. And he said, I'm going to do that for you when you make the violet water. I've got to be settled, of course. But this is what we're going to be doing in that new earth. We're going to be doing things with code, with channeling, with higher self-information. It's all our wisdom and everything coming online. So, and it's healing. It's instant healing. That's what it is. And so therefore, this is a really good example about when I saw the plant-based medicine under the ocean. We also did the secret garden meditation where we saw the plants there.
Okay.
Remember in the secret garden, we saw all the beautiful codes and everything, and the flowers just changed color in front of us. And, it was kind of psychedelic in a way. Well,
It came to me today. I forgot about the secret garden and I was in the kitchen and I remember they told me to make a rose hip syrup.
Wow.
Cool.
I know they used it in the war only because I heard somebody talking about it, but I don't know anything about it. I have to start reading.
Well, there you go, Macy. There's one to get hold of because rose hip will help with vitamin C, it's flu, viruses, colds, allergies, all those things. And if it's an oil, you could probably also rub it onto your skin and have it come through your pores. Or even in your hair. How often do they say things come through your hair? You carry it, this is why they say you don't color your hair when you're pregnant because of the chemicals. So, there's so much coming online about it. It's very, very exciting for all of us.
That's good to know. I want to know how to get some of Jeanette's products too.
Jeanette, you have to start up a page. You really do. You have to start a page on Facebook. Well, you have got one, haven't you? I belong to it. Yeah, we'll get back onto that and then get a website going, because I tell you what, you're going to have people knocking at your door and you want to get in on the ground because it's going to do some amazing stuff, especially with these
It's
stuff.
the shipping that worries me. It's so expensive because they're so big, right? It's expensive.
But if people
that's why I
want it,
haven't
they'll do it. They'll buy it. They won't care about the shipping.
Yeah, they don't care about the shipping costs. Like when I had my book and my other things I had going, I'd say, I'm sorry, the shipping cost is actually more than the product, because
Yeah.
you're going worldwide, but people are prepared to pay it because they really believe in what it is. And I believe in what, if it's energy exchange. But I believe also if you put it out there and do your service activation, it'll happen naturally, where it'll come down in cost, because don't forget, everything's changing. Your education system's changing, your medical system's changing. Everything's changing. The postal service is the most corrupt service. I mean, we've seen that over the elections, right? That's got to crash soon, and postal is going to go back to how it was. It's not going to cost you as much to export or transport. Now, the reason I'm talking about this is also why I want to start up this market wherever I end up living. Is because I've been told that whoever is creating these products will come to that market and be known on a world level, because I will open it up like this and do it live at one market that I facilitate, so that people can find you as well. Because if the internet and things like that go down, they can still come to the market, and you can give out cards, you can give out, we'll have guest speakers, we'll have a platform. This is the kind of thing I want to create. So that's
Going back to basics.
Back to basics. Stand on the soapbox.
And everything from the earth.
Everything from the earth and from the ocean,
Yes.
and from our guides and our angels and our galactics, everything that we've ever had, it's coming from our DNA. It's activating now the knowledge we have within us. It's going to be exciting.
Yep.
And how many of these medicines have been hidden from us, like we saw under the water and other places in the secret garden? I mean, Saint Germain met us. He was so excited to show us what was there, and about the poppies, those orange poppies that we discovered, and so much more.
Oh, yeah.
What else did we discover in that meditation? There was some, I'll have a look at my notes. There's some other stuff that we discovered too.
Wasn't there bluebells or something?
Sunflowers. Was it sunflowers? Sunflowers, yeah, the sunflowers. It was the sunflowers and the eatable flowers too. Everything's going to be so eatable.
Right.
Instead of putting alcohol in your product, witch hazel, which is a natural plant. So we found out, remember, witch hazel was a plant. It's not a chemical, it's a plant, it's a tree, it's a leaf. So the other thing we discovered was Saint Germain said, because I said to Saint Germain, why do we use alcohol in these products? Why are we having alcohol? It's not good to be putting that in with all these codes and everything, because alcohol carries a low vibration. He said, well, you don't have to. You have witch hazel or white vinegar. And so a lot of us are going to start making our own witch hazel. And it's a plant we discovered. So, foxgloves, bluebells, all the old garden flowers that we were told were poisonous are eatable and made into medicine. That's what it was. And then we also discovered basil has very incredible healing qualities, and that the Italians knew about it, and they've always known about it, but it's been hidden kind of from us, about the basil, how good that is. So there was quite a bit of few things that came out of that. Our new way of eating as well will be eating flowers and plants in our food, which we've started to do more of. How many times do you go to a fancy restaurant now and they've got fresh cut flowers and everything in the salad? So there's a new way of eating. It's coming. It's exciting. Because I know you can eat pansies. I think you can eat violets as well.
Lilac. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
You can eat lilac?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
weird. I know.
That would be sweet. It'd be very sweet.
I've never tried it.
Well,
And they put lavender and everything now. They put
lavender.
lavender in coffee.
Yeah, yeah. I like the lilac because the smell is milder than the other one.
So pretty.
I can't handle the lavender. It's too in your face.
Well, people are very sensitive to it because it is strong. It is. It's like
Yeah.
people prefer the rose perfume or scent.
The cream that I gave you has rose water in it.
Ah,
Okay.
that makes sense. So that's probably about it today. So I want to do you like this kind of format? I will put it out to YouTube if you like this kind of format. Facebook, if you like this kind of format, do let me know, because that helps activate people, gets people thinking, gets people looking at what they can do for their service roles and for humanity. Like the healers are starting to do all sorts of online energy training, and there's some cool stuff happening out there. So, and you know, another thing is they're crushing up shells now. So if you go to a fancy restaurant and you get, you know, crab or something, they use the shell now in the broth. You were told never to eat the shell. They crush it all up, powder it, and all sorts of things like that. So this is what we're learning as well. Just quickly, I had to add that in. So I'll do another live like this after we've done the meditation on Sunday. So it'll probably be Monday or Tuesday. And if there's anything that anyone wants to add in the comments or reach out to any of us, you know, we are here to help and give you advice and to help you with your journey and ascension and anything that may be bothering you. So if it's on Facebook, put comments there. We'll keep an eye on it. Put it on YouTube, keep an eye on it. Thank everyone for joining me in this room today. It was very prompt, but that's how my guides work. They just do it with me. So it's good to be able to do these topics, and anything else that may come up in the future that you want to talk about, let's do it when we can fit it in. That's probably it.
Thank you.
You're very welcome, hon. I'm going to stop the recording here.